Hey podcast, just before we get you to this episode, I wanted to invite you to join us at pageantlaunch.com. We are starting the world's first dedicated pageant review site, and we want you to join our launch team. All you need to do is put in your email address. It's completely free. We are looking to make the pageant industry safe, transparent, and fair, and we'd love your input on how to do that. So head over to pageantlaunch.com, whack in your email address, and let's get you to this episode. All right.
Why don't you get Emma to do it, Adrian?
Hi. Okay, we're live now, I think.
I messed the ending up so bad yesterday.
You messed the ending up, the stop streaming button. Hey everyone, it's Adrian from the Pageant Project. One day I'll come up with a better way of introducing myself. But we have, this is PPJ, it's number 15. In total, I think we've done 17. Our special guest, well, we have two special guests, but I'll introduce the one over in the UK first, is Chloe Adkin, who was unwell last time. Chloe, how are you going?
I'm feeling so much better now, so I'm all good. I've had a week off because it's been half term, so I'm all refreshed and ready.
Sounds good. How's Galaxy prep going? Oh, you put up a you're doing a prize raffle, aren't you, as well? I saw on Facebook.
Yeah, it's sort of linked with the PJ party, which is this Friday. But now we're doing Danielle's answer. Now we're doing the raffle side as well. So we've got some amazing prizes from Earring Envy, Sparkling Rhinestones, and Charlotte Clemmy. And then we've just chucked in a few little bits as well. So that's up. If anyone wants to take part, that'd be great.
When is the did you say there's a ball? I forget. I see so many events. Are you running a ball, or you've already run one, haven't you?
The glitter ball. That was in October.
That's right.
But now it's the Pageant PJ party, and it's on Friday.
Right.
Very close now, but it's all ready to go. So no stress.
It's all under control.
It's all under control. Everything's prepared. The only thing I need to sort out is when I can get to the venue in the room. I've rang the hotel and I'm just waiting for confirmation.
Okay.
But apart from that, everything's ready and done.
And if people want to take part in the raffle, how do they do it? Get in contact with you?
So it's just on the Facebook post. You basically just pick a number. It's £5 a number or 3 numbers for £10. And then we'll draw it as soon as all the numbers are full. And then we'll just either meet you at an event or send the prize to you, whichever's easiest.
Nice. Okay. Sounds good. And then our other guest for today, since she's here anyway, I finally managed to convince her to get on the podcast, is Emma Collingridge. I get confused because it's mirrored. It's Emma. Miss Emma Collingridge.
To you.
Huh?
Like which way?
Yeah, no, because it's mirrored. So this is my right hand, but it's going that way. So I'm very.
She's still going to be next to you.
You're still just putting the person that is sitting next to you.
I know. I haven't completely woken up yet. All right. So Emma, welcome to the show. And how are you going?
Good, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Emma
my God, it's so weird interviewing someone that's sitting next to you.
I know, but I don't know whether to look at her or to look there. But Emma has this, because I keep saying, how are you going now? And she hates that phrase. And we talked about this a bit yesterday. Do you want to tell everyone watching why you hate the phrase, how are you going?
I don't hate it. It just doesn't really make sense. Like,
It doesn't. It's like, where are
It
you
doesn't
going,
make
but
sense.
how are you?
Exactly.
Stick to two.
yeah.
How are you going?
It's like, going where?
Okay, so
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm
Just-
not going anywhere, but I'm good.
Why don't you just say, how are you?
Yeah.
because it's a very Australian
Yeah.
saying. So if you see me in the UK and I ask you, how are you going? It means, how are you?
People are going to like,
We're
Yeah.
going to be like, I'm going to rehearsals.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be, that would be, where are
none
you
of your
going though,
business.
wouldn't it? Where are you
No,
going?
but how are you going? Like, it
Yeah.
just sounds like you were going to ask.
I'd be like, I'm going like this.
Yeah.
I'm going to robot. That's how
Yeah,
I'm
it
going.
sounds like you haven't finished the sentence. Like, how are you going to rehearsal?
Well, that means, like, how are you going? I guess the answer would be like by car or by foot if you actually ask someone how
Walking.
they're going.
Yeah.
I'm driving, thanks. Like,
So aside from that, how are you going? How are you? Oh, God.
I'm
How
very
are you
well.
are we all jet lagged on this podcast? Because we all seem to be going a bit crazy.
We had a couple of nights without much sleep, and I think we're just kind of catching up. I'm also trying to slowly bring myself off coffee because I was having too many, so I've only had one, and normally I start the morning with two, so my brain hasn't fully kicked in yet. And Emma is not really a morning person at all.
You found that out the hard way.
Yeah, the grumpy the grumpy dragon comes out. Anyway, I'll leave Emma alone so she can eat more of her banana bread. Obviously, we've got Lauren and Danielle. Lauren, why don't we start with you? You just got back from Thailand, so firstly, welcome back. Secondly, do you have any corona? And thirdly, how are you going?
So that was too many questions in one. My brain can't function.
Welcome
I got
back.
back yesterday,
Right.
6 a.m. My mum and Chloe Lake's mother, Lynn, picked me up from the airport, which was good to see them both. My two mothers picking me up. Slept all day, went to work today. So far, I don't think I've got coronavirus. I'm not feeling any of the symptoms at all. I didn't really take public transport in Thailand though to be exposed to it. Well, I suppose say that anyone could have it. But yeah, I had fun. And did you ask another question? Was that it?
Well, how does it feel to be back in the UK? Because that's something that Emma's going to have to deal with in about 2 weeks.
Yeah. Not looking forward to
I hate it. I really, really hate it. Like, I was in like a little pageant bubble and Thailand bubble, and then I feel like the air hostess has just gone and burst it, and it's all over.
You did get some epic. You got some epic shots though, some epic photos. I saw them.
Yeah, really. Well, that was hard work. It was like 8 a.m. until 10 p.m. and I was
so hard.
It was though, because we were
being
like
glamorous all damn day.
It was tiring, especially in the heat. At one point I was like, I think I'm gonna faint.
Faint like a beauty queen.
But we got onto it was funny though, because we got onto this boat to take us to the Temple of Dawn, which is just across the river, so it's like a short little boat ride.
Oh wow. And
they're like, quick, pose, and I'm there posing, and everyone's there videoing me thinking I'm some sort of celeb. I'm like, I'm all right. I'm in Nike trainers and a dress. I'm like, it's fine.
Were you posing like this because you were fainting from the heat?
No, because the sun was in my eyes, and my eyes are really sensitive to the sun.
Oh no. Wow. Okay. So it's got to be weird being back. I mean, and I'm just thinking now I'm going to be over there in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. I think that's Galaxy is the only thing keeping me going now. It's I had something to look forward to. That's over and done with. Now it's Galaxy to look forward to, and that weekend is seeing everyone again. So I'm really, really excited to see everyone and give everyone a big squeeze.
I think you always have to have something in life to look forward to. That's what I was saying to Emma. When she gets back, she needs to have something planned. Yeah. I mean, I'll swap over to Danielle, because Danielle, obviously, you've done a lot of traveling, so you've always got something lined up, don't you?
Pretty much. So, obviously, a week of work, and then Friday night was Miss Great Britain. Ms. Great Britain, first ever Ms, and it was the 75th anniversary for that. So I think it's actually the longest running pageant in the UK, I believe. So went to that, went to the after party afterwards, hung out with Chloe there and her mum. Yeah, we had a good time there. And then, so I prior arranged to stay at my uncle and auntie's house.
Here we go.
My auntie said she was going to leave the key out for me. Okay, great. So my uncle and auntie's house is right next to my grandma's house. And so, okay, she left the key out for me. I went to Uncle and Auntie's house, as I usually stay there. The door is locked. There's, I'm checking all the plant pots. There's no key. I think, okay, well, maybe she's left she wants me to stay at grandma's. So I'll go over to Nan's. The door's locked, no key anywhere. I'm thinking, okay, what did she say? What did she say to me? Is she going to leave the keys in the slippers, or is she going to leave the keys in the plant pots? So I go around back to my auntie's, check again. Door's still not opening, and she usually leaves that door open and the keys in the slippers. Oh, I'm just telling the world this.
I was just going to
We
say.
don't know where she lives.
You don't know where
we
she
don't know
lives.
where she
Yeah.
No one
So
goes
give
to
her
my
a
auntie and find out where they live.
Just maybe
Auntie Pat, you
change
need
what
to
she
find-
does.
Yeah, we need to find a new place to store the keys. So I couldn't get in. This is 4 o'clock in the morning, and so I end up sleeping in my car.
Which is horrible. But did you actually find out where the key was in the end?
Well, apparently the front door was open and the keys were in the slippers, but I couldn't get the door open. But apparently it's a sticky door, but it was pretty darn sticky. I yanked on it for ages. So I was going to wake them up by pulling on it. Because it was 4 o'clock in the morning, and like that's a really dodgy time to wake someone up, because that's it. You're awake then for the day. Or
it's like an emergency.
Not really, because I slept in my car.
Yeah, I suppose.
But it wasn't very
I would be
comfortable.
like,
It was.
let me in.
Especially if you had a few tequila shots in you.
And also, I know that their bedroom was like, well, they'd still hear the doorbell, I'm sure, but their bedroom is towards the back of the house. I'm telling the world this about my auntie. Said they're going to have to move house soon.
I would be like throwing stones if they didn't answer the door.
But they wouldn't be able to hear it because they're like at the back. So, yeah, I'm very fortunate that I kept a blanket in my car. I always keep a blanket in my car, just so my passengers can be comfortable and warm. It kept me warm that night.
You need an emergency pageant kit. Every pageant girl needs it in case this happens. So you need a blanket, a pillow, makeup remover, toothbrush, toothpaste.
In a car.
Yeah.
Well, I did have my weekend bag with me, so I
there we go.
put my PJs on, and then I tried laying back in the driver's seat, but I can't sleep like that. So I had the smallest car in the world, you guys. Like, it's not a smart car, but it's like basically one up from a smart car. So I was in the fetal position with a silky gold blanket over me, wearing tartan pajamas. And then my auntie woke me up at 9:30 in the morning when she saw the car was on the drive, but realised I weren't in the house.
Do you have
I actually offered you my room as well, didn't I?
You had offered me, and I was like, no, it's fine. My uncle and auntie are expecting me. And yeah, I could have stayed with you. I could have stayed in Laurie's room. I could have stayed in Felicia's room. I could have. Loads of people were offering me places to stay that night, but I just so happened to end up sleeping in my car.
It was fine.
Yeah,
it's an experience.
The next day was a complete write-off. I was emotionally scarred. So I just went back to bed with a hot water bottle and drank my weight in tea. I was supposed to go to Royal, but I was just like, absolutely not. I'm too drained.
Yeah.
That was my Saturday, and that was nice to hang out with my auntie as well. And then my Sunday, what did I do Sunday? Oh, yes, I drove to Manchester, and I did my run. So I went up to Leicester, to Nottingham, to Manchester, did the 5K run, and that was amazing. If anyone wants, if they do it again, it was originally the Santa Dash, then it turned to the Frosty Run. Highly recommend everyone getting onto it when they have another run. Get onto it. It's just great fun. And then drove home, and a 4-hour drive home. That was my weekend.
That sounds like a very eventful weekend.
Yes.
It was like urban camping, I called it.
Dear me. I guess at least you had a blanket. What was the temperature on that night, just out of interest?
Really, like minus 100.
I mean, the temperature dial, I don't think I even have a temperature dial in my car. So
Well, neither do I.
I don't know. When I drive with the heating blasted. Anyone that knows me, I'm always cold. So I was blasting the heating from the hour drive from Leicester to Nottingham. So my car was pretty warm anyway by the time I got to my destination. So But I was in a gown as well, so I was like flitting between the two houses in my gown, and those that saw my gown is very tight at the bottom, so I was like waddling, and then there was loads of mud at the bottom of my nan's
I
drive.
saw it,
And
but you looked amazing in that black gown. Can I just say?
thanks, babes. And yeah, that it's completely. It's here somewhere. I probably should actually know. I've thrown it in the washing bin. It's completely soiled in mud.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's fine. It's machine washable.
I just had this image of you, if someone was watching from the outside, watching you, Danielle, waddling in your gown, as you said, from door to door, looking in flower pots and slippers and trying to get the door open, it would have been quite a sight.
And that's not the worst thing. I needed the bathroom too.
Oh my God.
I'll leave that there.
The story is going from bad to
Should have
worse.
done,
Okay.
done what people do when they go camping.
Have
Urban
any of you
camping.
actually done that though? Because people talk about, like, school people talk about camping these days, and it's in a building. It's not even in a tent, and they actually have toilets. That's not, to me,
It's not
camping. When
camping.
I went camping in school, you
I've
had to dig a
definitely
trench.
peed outside before,
Is that anything to do
Huh?
with camping?
but like, no, but I've never been camping. I never will be camping. Like, go camping. It's not my thing. But I've had to pee outdoors before.
I think we've all peed outdoors at some point in
Yeah.
our lives.
I'm sure it would be the same as going camping, peeing outdoors, wouldn't it?
There's more to camping
I mean-
than simply relieving oneself outside.
Well, I slept in a tent in a festival before. That wasn't fun.
That's
I went
camping.
Okay.
home the
That's
next day
camping,
'cause I
yeah.
hated it.
That's kind of camping. I don't know if we should be talking about peeing outside anymore. I think the details are best. Well, yes, I'm sure that we all have.
I'm just
Emma,
trying
do
to
you
be
want to tell?
relatable.
There might be other things in your life you want to share other than the fact that you've peed outside, but thank you. I'm going to get Emma to
Comment
tell
below
us
who
what
else
she's
has
been
done
up
it.
to.
Comment below
Yeah,
if you
dear.
peed outside.
Please don't. I'll
But
get.
where have you peed?
You see how this goes. Dear me. I'll get Emma to catch you guys up with what she's been up to in Australia. Obviously, I know, but you guys may not, or the people
wow.
watching may not. So, do you want to revise quickly your
How
your
far back do
Australian
I
trip
go?
to the very beginning?
Oh, okay.
Beginning of time.
So, the beginning of January, I came into Perth and was then staying with my Galaxy twin, Alicia, who was Miss Galaxy Australia. Stayed with her for the week, went on several little adventures, got chased by kangaroos. Then came over to Sydney and stayed with some other really good friends of mine that I've known for years, Jazzy and Gabina, and they took me literally everywhere. Blue Mountains, Opera House,
Canberra.
Canberra, yeah. Up a nice 3 a.m. start. Then went to Melbourne with you. We were in Melbourne for 5 days. Died
For
of
the
heat
tennis?
stroke.
We got heat stroke. We also saw the tennis.
Yeah, also saw the tennis, but we got heat stroke. Cut the bottom of my
That's like
foot.
the main part of each trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, cut the bottom of my foot on.
Ow.
Do you want to tell everyone your story as to how you cut your foot?
Ow.
See, Danielle wants to know. Tell everyone how you cut your foot.
Story.
Which one?
You don't start by saying that.
I'm confused. I don't know if we're going with the
hold on, hold
story.
on. Which story or which foot?
No. Which story do you guys want? The exciting one or the tragically boring one?
The truth?
exciting one.
You want the
You
truth?
both want.
Well, if you want the truth, that's probably easier to tell. Tell them the truth then.
We were in this Airbnb and you had this toy hippo in your room. No, I had a toy hippo in my room and I went to go and get it. And in the process of doing so, stepped on a plastic snowflake fairy light cover.
Ooh.
Wait, what? Why was there a plastic snowflake? It's not Christmas.
That it was still quite Christmassy. They still had this big wreath of baubles up, and so there were fairy lights, snowflake sort of things. And one of the covers fell off when I was pulling across the curtains, and I stepped on it and it went in my foot.
Oh,
So that was fun.
sliced by a snowflake.
Did you need stitches?
Yeah. No, it was deeper than I thought it was. And we then went to a whole load of beaches and walked around the city.
It wasn't
loads.
that bad, except if you imagine you've got a little cut on your foot and then you pour salt water on it because you're in the ocean, and you walk on sand because that's also at the beach. It's probably not the best way to treat a little cut. So
No, so it took a while to heal.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then came to Sydney, been in Sydney for about a month.
And how have you found Sydney?
I love Sydney. I swear I'm going to live here someday.
When are you coming
And she's
home?
got a
Never.
don't
It's like you sound like
don't
a
say that.
Mongo.
You're
No, like
Because
I don't know
you-
how long are you there for? Like
No, because don't say
Galaxy,
never.
right?
I'm telling Emma not to say never, because both her parents and now her partner are following. Your Ed is following me on Instagram now, and if she says something like that, they're all going to freak that she's not coming back. And the best part is they're all going to blame me, because the other day she said she's not coming back, and your mum said I'd like my daughter back, and I said I'd just send my cat instead, and I think her mum didn't really realize that I was joking. So
probably
she
like
said
having a
I don't
panic
want the
attack.
cat. I want my daughter back. Yeah, so don't tell them you're never going
Okay.
back, because they're gonna blame me
Yeah. Okay, so I leave Sydney on Friday. So it's my last few days in
on
Sydney.
Saturday.
Oh, that's sad.
Oh
Stay
yeah,
for
Saturday.
longer.
Saturday.
She's already extended. Oh, okay. You've extended your stay for a
I
week.
was meant to be flying back to the UK on Saturday, but I've extended my trip by like another 9 days. So I'm now going up to Brisbane and then going to the Gold Coast with Alicia, because Alicia's coming over here on Wednesday.
Alicia Van Schoonhoven.
Yes.
And then after Thursday night, you probably just extend it again for a little bit longer.
Well, she
And
does
then
have a
already-
UK. She's now flying to the UK only a couple of days before myself. At this rate, she could get there after I
Just
will.
extend
Yeah.
it and come home with Adrian. I'll pick you both up from the airport.
You both go to Lauren's dentist.
Don't tempt her. She will.
This trip has already been extended.
Kim.
It was meant to be like a 3-week trip, and then it got extended to like a 5-week trip. And then when I came out here, it was at a 7-week trip. And since I've been out here, it's been extended to like an 8.5, 9-week trip. So
You're literally there
I mean-
just long enough so you can go home, pack your bag for Galaxy, and then go to Galaxy and hand over.
yeah.
Ah,
Yeah,
when
pretty
does
much.
Immigration kick you out of the country? Like, how long do you have?
3 months.
Dawn's gonna
3
have a
months.
coach
Not
immigration
your
after this.
Adrian. Like, do you have an Emma Collingridge here?
They don't know that she's here. Well, I guess maybe they know now because she's here. But again, no one. Same as Danielle. No one knows where I live, so it's all good.
Yeah. The visa, you can stay for 3 months at a time, as long as you want in 12 months.
Okay. All right. So on that note, when are you getting back to the UK?
I land on the 9th of March.
9th of March, and it all kicks off on the 13th, and then I'm flying in on the 12th, I think, Lauren. Is that right? I can't remember what I told you. I've got it somewhere, but I can't.
Thursday the 12th.
And then we're going to your dentist.
I can even pick you up because I'm going to be up there from the 11th.
If you want to. I mean, I'm flying into what, Manchester Airport.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at the Park Hall from the 11th, from Wednesday. So I'll be
Okay.
around.
I mean, I am flying in, I think, super early, but I imagine I wouldn't get out until about 8 a.m. at the earliest. I think I'm flying in at 6:50 a.m. So
Yeah, so by
mean-
the time you've gone through, it was pretty busy this time as well.
Manchester is smaller than Heathrow, though, right?
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, because
It took-
I've been
it
through
took me
Heathrow a couple of
about-
times.
It took me about 40 or 50 minutes to go through once I landed.
That's not bad, but then
Not
again,
too
you're
bad.
a returning citizen. I'm coming in from overseas, so I might be a little bit longer. But yeah, Daniel, I'll send you the flight details, and then if you think you'll be up at that time, then I get to see your tiny car sooner than I thought.
I'll wash the
The heated
blanket.
blast. I'm hoping I won't need the blanket. Although coming from 45 degrees here, going
You
to
will
there,
need
I
the
might need
blanket.
You will need
I'll
the
need more than the
blanket.
blanket
It's
though.
so cold.
My mum came with another jacket for me because she knew that my denim jacket just wasn't enough. The last time she had a blanket for me, so I felt really, really lucky. But this time it was just a jacket, and I was like, "Thank you."
Maybe I should drape myself in an Australian flag or something to be appropriately patriotic. Just because we are talking about Galaxy, Chloe, how are your Galaxy preparations going? And whilst you do that, I'm stealing Emma's banana bread.
Hey.
Really good. I mean, as we said previously, I've done all my appearance forms and I've gone along, so everything's in place. I'm just ready to compete now. I've pretty much done. There's a few more appearances to do, but the majority of them, you know, they're all done. I'm just waiting for my PJ party and the raffle, and then that'll be my final fundraising. So I'm just ready to compete now after watching Miss Great Britain and IGM and watching all those girls, you know, compete for their title. It's just like, oh, when is it my turn? You know what I mean? Like waiting all the time, and oh, I can't wait. I'm so excited.
I'm getting like that as well. I keep describing it as a baby, and I feel 9 months pregnant right now, and I'm like, come on,
Ready to go.
Well, I hope it's a happy birth for you, Danielle.
We'll be fine.
Natalie Pav has said that clearly I love Manchester, best city in the UK by a mile, but our airport is awful. That's good to know.
And there's currently roadworks on at the moment, so so many roads are closed.
That's the thing I keep mentioning to Emma, and I think I've mentioned on the podcast last week. You guys, you absolutely are very unforgiving when it comes to slagging each other off in terms of where you come from and what that means and your different accents. I've been going through all the different UK accents. You guys have
Wales is more superior. Wales is up here. Definitely.
Danielle's face.
I may have heard a slightly different story from some people to that, Lauren.
You've represented Wales. You've got to be with me on this.
I mean, half of me's there, but you know,
the other half is very far away.
The other half of me is here, and currently the whole of me is sat in England right now. So
get kicked out of the house.
I don't. How many accents do you think actually exist in the UK? See, here's the thing, because in Australia, right? To give you an idea, Australia is physically the size of the United States, and we only have really one accent. There are slight differences between the cities, but very, very slight. You guys in the UK, how many different accents can you name?
The thing is, Adrian, even I can pinpoint whereabouts someone came from in London based on their accent. You've only got to go down the road like a mile and I will know whereabouts you are from. I'm like the weird, Professor Higgins from My Fair Lady, where I like to listen to people's accents. I can tell if you're from Lewisham. I can tell if you're from Brixton. I can tell if you're from Chelsea. I can tell if you're from Tottenham. I know. And that's just London.
A lot. Do you know why there are so many different accents?
Really?
Are you counting the accents in Wales?
The ones that I know of. Because there's like...
Do they have names?
Wales. No, not really though, but like you can tell if someone's from like Bala or from like Cardiff to Swansea.
It's always from Swansea.
They all have different... And especially if they're from like a Welsh speaking town, like where's little Eva and Effa, you know, the little girls, their mum's Claire, wherever they're from, their accent, because they speak Welsh as well, it's just so strong. I'm like,
you've only got to go a few miles and there's a different accent.
It's like I live in Mansfield but then work in Rainway, and they speak completely different. Like their accent is just so different, and I'm like, we're like hardly. It's like a 10-minute drive, and it already.
It's similar, but it's different. Like I think, like Birmingham and Sasha who competed in Miss Universe Great Britain.
Hmm.
It's a similar accent, but completely different at the same time. It's so weird how it works out. There's got to be over. I don't think it's in the thousands though of accents in the UK, but definitely in the hundreds.
I'm just struggling, honestly, to think of any two pageant people that I know in the UK who have the same accent. Can someone name me two pageant competitors from the UK that I would know that have the same accent?
Well, me and Darcy Davis, who's Miss Wrexham Galaxy, we're from the same place. But I'm from Kirk and she's from Rose, and we're only about 5 minutes down the road, and her accent is different to mine.
Yeah.
And we literally I go past where she lives to go to work.
It's like all you guys just come up with your own accents. Everyone's got their own individual accent.
I think it's not only your location, it's passed down through your ancestry, through your parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although saying that, I don't talk like my mum, and I don't really talk like my dad, so I'm a little bit of both, I suppose.
Wow. Okay. So UK Galaxy is going to be... I was going to try and be able to... identify at least what sort of accent every person had, but I think that's just a lost cause.
We've been going around the zoo yesterday, and there were like British tourists. I was trying to be like, "Do you know what that accent is? Do you know what that accent is?"
Well, you pointed out I was too busy watching the animals.
Yeah.
Not the British tourists. I don't mean that. I mean I was too busy looking at the animals at the zoo. And you said, was it Yorkshire?
Yeah.
Yeah. There are so many accents. I sort of.
What did they say? What were they saying in the zoo?
It was just about, I think we were looking at the snakes and lizards and things, and it was just about them.
We saw some big spiders. So we saw a bird-eating spider at Taronga Zoo. So Taronga
that was honestly
Zoo
the size of my hand.
Yeah, Taronga Zoo is kind of the oldest and most well-known zoo in Australia, or certainly in Sydney. And there was a bird-eating spider, which was rather large.
Yeah.
There was a funnel web spider, which is a really, really poisonous one that can bite through a leather boot.
Oh, fun.
And then there was a huge one outside of a cage.
That wasn't that bad, that one.
That was about the size of my fist.
There was a reticulated python, which can grow up to 10 meters long. That was fun, and was just lying there. And then a Komodo dragon, which is poisonous. That was just lying there like a giant dinosaur as well. Then there were alligators.
Then there were actual dinosaurs because of the casserie. That's literally like an actual dinosaur.
Yeah. So if you like seeing interesting animals that might be able to kill you, then come to Australia. We've got lots of them.
I don't really help in the case here.
Yeah, it's funny because Emma hasn't seen anything like in terms of snakes or spiders, all that stuff that typically we'd say that you're going to be in sharks. She hasn't seen any of those.
Haven't seen a shark, haven't seen a snake. I've seen a few really tiny spiders. And then the big one.
But we get spiders over here though as well.
No, the house spider. See, what we call house spiders, you call daddy long legs.
I do.
Well, when I was staying with Jazzy and Gabina, when I was staying with Jazzy and Gabina, they were like, "Oh yeah, they're daddy long legs everywhere," and I was expecting them to be flying around, and they weren't.
Daddy long legs fly?
Yeah, I think it's a crane fly or something.
Crane fly, yeah.
It's not an actual spider.
Oh.
So daddy long legs
confused.
are one of the most poisonous spiders. They just don't have fangs.
That's an interesting fact. No, around where I live, we don't have daddy long legs. We have huntsmans. Those are the flattened, hairy ones. The one that I found in I found in my coffee mug. That was a huntsman. That hairy one that shriveled up after I boiled it.
The ones that can be massive.
No, they're not poisonous. They're just hairy and they're quite big. So there may be, if you look at their legs, it could be a couple of inches across. But they're harmless. They can't.
Isn't it the bigger the spider, the less dangerous it is?
Well, then why were you so afraid of the bird spider?
Because it eats birds.
It only eats small birds, not big ones. That's not strictly true. The funnel web is rather big, and that's one of the most poisonous ones. Okay. So, anyway, that's Australia for you. So, Danielle, if you're coming out here, you have something to look forward to.
Yeah, I'm excited by the wildlife, actually. I'm not really scared of stuff like that, so bring it on.
It's pretty cool. I did wake up on my first morning in Perth, though, feeling like I'd been transported into some kind of Jurassic Park movie because the sounds of the birds are just so different.
I can hear the
Danielle
birds.
said
They
it's a
sound like
pterodactyl.
pterodactyls.
Yeah. So Emma's she's not crazy about birds. So she's heard the kookaburra, that one that laughs. She says that sounds
Sounds evil. It's like it's scheming.
okay. And then the cockatoo, which you say looks like a
dragon.
A dragon.
The way that it swoops and flies, and it just screams. It goes around screaming.
So cockatoos literally would just scream at you. And they've got that, those are the ones that have the crest on their head. And when they see you, they're not afraid of you. They really, you can go right up to them.
And they're huge.
And they're probably a foot big, and they're very strong, muscular birds, and they would just scream at you. So I will say, if you don't like birds, then Australia, I think that's more of a problem probably than spiders. You haven't seen any spiders, but you've seen birds everywhere.
And the ibis freaks me out a little bit.
Oh, bin chickens.
Bin chickens.
What?
So we have these birds. It's called an ibis. So we have. I'll see if I can.
But I like calling it a bin chicken because it's funnier.
But if you like your wildlife, then Australia certainly, I don't think, is going to disappoint.
They also look like dinosaurs.
So an ibis.
Are these just like roaming around free?
Everywhere. Yeah, every green space you'll see a bin chicken.
A bin chicken.
And they're big as well. But I think they're more scared of you than like a cockatoo would be.
An ibis. So this... Hang on, I've got an ibis here. Sorry, the internet's really small today. Slow today. That's an ibis.
Oh, yeah.
So it's got a long body. It's got a big hooked beak, and its head is bald. And then it's got these bald, long, black legs. And they like to pick. They like to use their beak to pick stuff out of the garbage bins. They're not the prettiest looking birds.
They look really prehistoric.
Yeah.
Oh no, we actually have pigeons as well.
Oh god.
So.
Even more birds. I had an image of just a chicken sitting in a bin, and I thought that was hilarious.
Not quite as cute as that.
Yeah, that would be cute. I wouldn't mind those if they just sat there happily in a bin.
If you love wildlife, Danielle, then I don't think Australia is going to disappoint. So you should have fun with that. Okay, so UK Galaxy coming up. I think we've talked about UK Galaxy quite a lot.
Chloe, have you got everything in terms of outfits, wardrobe?
Yes, I'm just waiting for my swimwear to arrive, and then everything's ready to go. But I don't know which fashion wear to wear.
I did say this is not a bad problem to have, Chloe.
I know, but I like to be so organised and know what's going on, and I'm a bit like waiting for training with Maria to see what she thinks is best, and then go from there, because they're completely different. So.
You've got to go for the one that you feel most comfortable in as well. The one that you would feel you could perform your best in.
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, like, outfits, I feel, don't really matter as much as long as the girl in the outfit is confident on stage and is having an amazing time.
Yeah,
the one thing I always say as well, like, if your outfit is maybe lower cut or something like that, and you're not fully comfortable with it, and you're feeling a bit self-conscious whether something could pop out or anything like that, just make sure that everything's fitting properly, and you're able to walk with that confidence, knowing that your outfit is completely secure and safe, and nothing's going to fly off, or it's got to be something that you feel. And I think that's why I remember when we went to Galaxy Internationals and Onyx had a sarong, and she didn't feel comfortable carrying it on stage. So backstage, she was like, I'm not going to use it. And she went on stage and she walked far better without the sarong than she did with it. That's why I chose, like, I didn't want a sarong. Just so much easier. It's something less to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. So, Chloe, you've got a couple of... when is your training with Maria?
This Saturday. So my PJ party on the Friday, and then training with Maria on Saturday.
We're both going to be there at the same time. So I'm going to be at Chloe's PJ party, which I still need to buy a ticket. I'm going to buy my ticket as soon as we come off of this. It's been payday now. I can now pay you. But then I've got training with Maria on the same day as well. So.
Oh wow! So you guys will basically be following one another for those 2 days.
We following each other around this weekend.
Does anyone know when Maria's getting to the UK?
The
On Friday.
28th, yeah.
20.
Or the 27th.
Wow.
Yeah, Friday.
Okay. And whereabouts is she staying?
Bolton?
Yeah.
I want to say Bolton.
Is that near where Galaxy UK is going to be, or is that somewhere else?
Yeah, it's not too far. Well, for me, it's not going to be too far because I'm driving hours up. But it's not too far from Manchester. Manchester's not too far from.
Yeah, it's like on the out. Out scale.
It's a bit further north, I think.
Is that where Maria is staying for UK Galaxy, or is she going to move somewhere else for UK? Oh, okay, right. Okay, so is she still Airbnb, or is she going to stay in the She's Airbnb for UK Galaxy.
I think she is.
The last time I spoke to her, she was Airbnb and Airbnb.
Airbnb
for Galaxy.
Okay.
She's staying in an Airbnb, basically.
Yeah, I'm just inventing words as we go along. All right. So, Chloe, have you had training with Maria before, or will this be the first time?
No, I've never had training with anyone. I've just kind of gone at it.
She's like, oh, honey, no, I'm good by myself.
No, but this year, I mean, I moved systems last year and I competed in Galaxy for the first time as a teen, and I absolutely loved it. But I watched my video back and I just thought, this year, if I'm, I entered really late last year, 8 weeks before the final. This year I entered straight away. I had a full year to prepare. I was like, I cannot let myself go in feeling like I've not given it my all. So I've attended as many events as I can. I've done my own fundraising and supported others at the same time. And then I just thought, I can't let myself down by thinking, what if I'd have just had that experience of training? And I've heard so many girls say so many wonderful things and great feedback that I just thought, what an opportunity to miss out on. So I didn't want that. So I just thought, book in straight away and get to know Maria as well, because it's so hard. I mean, it's hard to because obviously I live in Nottingham. It's a 2-3 hour drive to Manchester, so it's quite hard to go to events up there all the time, with funds and the travel and having to stay over. So I just thought, I want to make sure I can meet as many people this year and experience as many different opportunities as I could. So I thought training with Maria and going to events such as the Pageant Land Ball was a great opportunity. So this year I'm going all out.
So is this your first time competing as a... Sorry, say that again, Laura.
I said I always feel like training is necessary. You don't want to put all that hard work into it. And then it gets to the on-stage or the interview portion and you've done all these appearances, raised all this money for charity, and you get on stage or in interview and you maybe don't feel as confident as you do, or maybe what you think you're doing right is not necessarily what is the right thing. I mean, there is no wrong thing, but there's always ways to improve and really think outside the box. Even I'm still learning things now, and it's every day. That's why I trained with as many people as I possibly could and speak to as many people, because you are learning new things as you go along.
Definitely.
So Chloe, that's what I was going to ask, is this your first time actually competing as a Miss?
At Galaxy, yes, but previously I competed in Miss England. So since the age of 16, I've been competing as a Miss, because Miss England obviously didn't have a junior category or anything like that. It's just Miss England. So I always say to people, they don't think I am my age. They always think I'm older. And I think that is because I've competed in a system for so long where I had to act as old as everyone else in a sort of fashion. So I had to make myself look like I was older. I had to present myself in that sort of way. So, I mean, like Danielle said to me at the weekend, I've never seen you as a teen. I've always seen you as a Miss. And I
Yeah.
do feel like I fit in that category better. So already I was more confident in going in this year.
Yeah. Danielle, how is all your preparation going? You got your training coming up with Maria as well.
Yeah, I do. I'm very excited for that. I haven't practiced at all this year, at all, other than walking down the street and doing the odd little strut here and there. I haven't practiced walk at all. So, and I know that Maria wanted me, because last year I overtrained. Last year I kind of was always in, whenever there was a mirror, I was there, practicing my walk. And she was just like, look, don't create bad habits, just, come in and we'll go through your walk. So this year I have laid off walking. And so I'm nice, fresh, ready to take it all in when I go training with Maria. Appearances, I mean, I might have a few more, but I'm not going to kill myself over it. But that's something that's
as much as possible. You need all your energy to go into the weekend.
And that's why I took a few days off before the pageant as well, just so I can get a lot of sleep, maybe get a massage, wind down, chill out at the hotel, because I know that I have been traveling up and down the country a lot. I have, obviously been working. I've got a new job now, so working and still being in training mode and learning as well is quite exhausting. But I do have a few more appearances, but it's just built in me to just do a lot. I don't like to have. I always think having a duvet day is a waste of a day. I think it is necessary sometimes, though. But I don't like to let myself rest.
Not heard this expression before, a duvet day.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a waste of a day, to be honest. And unless you're sharing it with someone, and that's all cute and all, like if you've got a partner and you can have do cute things and eat cute food and watch cute Netflix series together, all that what couples do. All that. But for me, I like to just get up and get in the car and go somewhere, get out of London. As much as I love London, I do like to get out at the weekends. And what else? Oh, my interview and slash rehearsal wear has arrived. I haven't tried it on yet. My dad picked it up from the post office, and it's his birthday today, so I'm really sorry, Dad, to make you go down to the post office on your birthday. But it has arrived.
Happy birthday, Dad.
So once this podcast is over, I shall be trying that on.
So hang on, is that the one from China?
No.
Is this the one you sent me?
No. So yes, it is the one I sent you. It's a ride, so I shall be trying that on after this.
Okay.
But that is the only thing that I have.
Any news on the China one?
No. Every time I message them, I feel like I'm bugging them. Like I said to them, we were good, and there's no, we were affected.
It's very un-Chinese-like. Yeah.
I was like, oh, are you okay? I just want to check on you guys. There's we was affected by coronavirus. So it's put us a few days back. When is your wear day again? I was like,
yeah.
Ask me when my wear date is. Like I told you in the beginning when my wear date is.
But will they allow packages in from China?
Yeah.
That is something that I heard is a bit of a problem now. So there's a new phone they're releasing, and now they can't because it was made in China, and they're worried that it's going to contain coronavirus. So that might be an issue.
Yeah. I'm sure there's because even the germs are still going to be on the parcels, aren't they? I suppose it depends how long the bacteria will survive for, because I don't know if they know the genetic part of the virus.
I don't know whether to read the news or not. I was reading the news this morning because I wanted to, because apparently there's been a big corona outbreak in Italy.
Yes,
I think 20 people. So a lot of people passed away, and I think it was 200 people that were infected. So I was worried about the UK, obviously. But yeah, they were also talking about this phone that couldn't be released from China because they were worried it would contain coronavirus. Like the people who touched it had corona, so I don't know.
Just spray them.
But
Dettol. That's all I'm out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so apparently they are delayed with getting that to me. And I said to them, look, this is my wear date. I told you this, but I'm travelling on the 11th, so I'd like it by the 9th, if any, at latest.
Yeah, of course.
Ideally, I want it for this weekend for training, but I'm guessing it's not coming.
What is this for? Fashion wear?
Yeah. Fashion wear and a backup gown, a gown that I've been wanting to make for ages and I've had it made. And
I would have a headache right now, like a migraine
I'd be
of
so
stress.
stressed.
Yeah.
but at least it's not my on-stage gown. My on-stage gown is in the UK, but it's currently at the customs in Coventry, and it has been there for 5 days. So, yeah,
Are you going to get hit with a customs charge then?
probably.
That's
And I
probably-
really hope, that she wasn't honest with the value of the dress, because that's a big bill.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is
But
why it was cheaper for me to just fly to Thailand and pick up both my
Yeah.
dresses and bring them back home.
That's what Heather did, flying over to the States to pick up all her dresses so she wouldn't
Yeah.
have to be hit, because I think Lauren, you said one time that basically if you had paid all the customs tax, it basically would have been a flight anyway, so you might as well get a flight to pick up your stuff yourself, and then you get a holiday into the bonus.
So when my handover gown that got sent over, that was 150 just for shipping. So 150 for shipping, and then I had a customs charge of £90, which my mother kindly paid for me. Thank you, Mother.
That's
Thank you,
500
Louise.
Australian dollars. That would be easily a nice little domestic holiday around somewhere here.
So
That's
I just
painful.
decided this time it was 2 gowns. I'm just gonna fly out there.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
probably should have done that, or probably had like someone from America bring it over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's
one of
the
those
story.
things though, like it's gonna happen. If it does happen, it happens.
Yeah.
Just I don't know.
Yeah.
I've
Will
got
be,
backup
will
fashion
be.
wears as well. I've got backup, so I'm all right.
Yeah.
But the worst part of that, or the funniest part of that, was with the long message that I sent them, like, look, I'm traveling on this day, I'm wearing it on this day, so I'd quite like to have it by this time. The message I got back was noted. Was that okay? I'm confident that this is going to come in time.
I don't know who you're dealing with, Danielle, but it doesn't seem very Chinese. As I said, Chinese don't stop unless they're actually dead. So I'm not sure who you're dealing with, but it seems unusual to me.
It's like,
We'll see-
yes,
we'll
I
see.
know it's noted, but is it going to be here on time? Like,
I know, right?
I like that you've noted it. Great for that, but is it going to be here on time? Let me know.
Yeah. And every time I message them, I feel like I'm bugging them. They're like, yes, your wear date is not until March. I'm like,
But
It's
it's
3
now
weeks.
almost March.
Yeah, and it's got to get through shipping, and apparently it's got to get through customs. So
yeah. So,
oh
but
well.
I'm sure if it's not suitable or it doesn't arrive on time, there'll be hell to pay on social media.
Yeah.
Fear the wrath of Danielle.
Feel the wrath. If you're watching this, I will out you.
You can send them this clip, and then they'll probably say that the clip also is noted. You ranted at them on social media, noted.
We can't open this clip. It seems to have a virus.
Coronavirus. At least you've got backups. You'll be fine, even if the stuff doesn't turn up.
Yeah, it's just money, you know, just money.
Yeah, that age-old issue. Emma, obviously, you're not. It's weird talking to you there when you're here, but you're not preparing for UK Galaxy. If what you've been eating here is any indication, you're obviously not in preparation for
Emma,
UK
have you got all
Galaxy.
your gowns sorted and stuff like that? Like, are they just
No.
all at home waiting for you to?
No,
I'm stressed.
I
for
think
you.
Mum's making something.
Yes.
But
Just no fitting.
You think your mum is
well, I know she's making something,
right?
but nothing is sorted, organised. Nothing is ready. I've got like 2 days when I get back. Yeah. Well, the plan was I'd get back and I'd have 2 weeks to sort everything before Galaxy, and now I'm staying out here another 9 days.
Yeah, you screwed the plan over, didn't you?
I've got like 3 days maybe to get everything sorted.
Yeah.
But you've
2
got
days,
stuff
2
in your
weeks.
wardrobe.
What's the difference?
You've got stuff in your wardrobe to wear just in case.
I can. Yeah. I think opening numbers the thing that I've not even remotely got sorted, but yeah, it will all be fine.
Yeah, but you can wear anything for opening number. Like, that's the good thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
Yeah.
Holly's like, yeah, you know, queens wear whatever you want, plan it amongst yourselves.
Yeah, and I don't know what I'm doing for swimwear either. But yeah, I've probably eaten my weight in banana bread since I've been here.
Banana bread, Krispy Kremes, ice
Tim
cream, Tim Tams, lemon meringue pie.
I needed to put on some weight though. This was the thing. I came back from Florida and I think I lost an inch off my waist.
Look great.
Yes,
Definitely.
yes,
Great,
yeah.
as
She's
always.
And some we've had some drinks, including Jaeger bombs, which you said She wanted a night out. I didn't realize this. And you know when you've had a few drinks, like the wines and the sensible stuff, and then when you're out there and you see the shots, you know, that's always a bad idea. So this guy was getting all these shots. Yeah, exactly, right? And I point at the shots and go, that's a bad idea. And this one goes, oh, is that the greatest idea ever? And then orders us a couple of Jaeger bombs. I was like, I did not see that one coming. That was very unexpected. And you put it up on social. That's what.
Yeah.
I currently have an injury from a night of dancing to Beyonce, drinking tequila and Hoegaarden rosé. And I have the biggest, like 2 big bruises on one knee. No, not in one glass. But like the glass is like the same size as my head of the beer, the Hoegaarden rosé, and I had 7 of those. I didn't realise until the bill came at the end.
Did you lose count at 1? I mean,
no, it was because like it was just like the drinks were flowing, we were dancing, like it was just a good night.
Having a good time.
I was actually fine at the end of the night. But then I made one of my friends do the tequila shots with me, and she wasn't fine. I think she got carried out by a boyfriend.
What is it with you and tequila shots, really?
It's so nice.
You drink tequila because of the taste?
Yeah, I like tequila.
Yeah, I do like it.
Maybe I should give tequila a go. I've stayed away from tequila because I've always just thought it was a horrible. I mean, I can see you going like this.
Yeah, it's a no from me.
But
You need good tequila.
Yeah.
You need good tequila when it's smooth, not that hard.
Right.
I love a margarita.
I don't mind a margarita. Yeah, I was showing Danielle because we've said I'm going to bring gin over, Australian gin, and when Emma and I were up at the Hunter Valley, we found this the Hunter Distillery. If you want to look it up, and you can't get their stuff in the shops, you have to mail order it or go to their cellar door, and they sold this gin. We were trying out in test tubes because obviously you can imagine if you have a shot of gin as a taste. 3 or 4 tastings and you're going to be horizontal, unless you're like Lauren, and you probably be fine. They'll just be warming up. But we were having it out of these test tubes, and there's this purple one. It's called Mystery Gin, and I have this thing, and it's purple, and I drink it, and I go, it doesn't taste like gin. It's slightly sweet, but it tasted really, really familiar. And then the woman who gave it to us goes, orange Tic Tacs, and I go, oh my God, that's actually it. It's a gin that tastes like orange Tic Tacs. And the thing is, it's also got a colouring, a natural colouring from a flower here that's a natural like acid or base indicator, like pH indicator. So when you mix it with tonic water, because that's acidic, the whole thing goes in a cloud and it turns pink.
So cool.
It's the strangest gin I've ever had. The thing is, it tastes probably better straight because it just tastes like you're drinking orange Tic Tacs, which also makes it exceedingly dangerous because you're drinking straight gin.
Yeah. Party at Galaxy.
Yes, well, hopefully after Friday, Danielle, yes, we can break it out, and then you can have some of it.
If anyone asks me why I've got a purple tongue on Friday.
Well, if you drink like orange juice or anything acidic, then you'll have a pink tongue.
Oh, then no one will know. That's fine. I'll do that. I love it.
Yeah.
Orange juice chaser.
Yeah. But Emma, so you're doing handovers. So do you have any immediate pageant plans after that, or are you going to take a break?
I'll be going into my 3rd year of uni, so my last year, in October. So I will probably be taking a break, because any of the competitions that I would like to do, all of the internationals, are between October and December. And in my third year, I don't think that's
What international
A good
pageants
idea.
in October and December? I don't
literally
know.
all of them.
I mean, how long have you been in pageantry for? 4 years?
5
5 years?
5 years in October, I think.
Oh. And you've been both Miss Teen GB and Miss UK Galaxy, so you probably deserve a bit of a break.
Thanks.
It might all be downhill from there. You never know.
Give someone else a chance.
Exactly. It's like when I was interviewing Ashley Wild. I think she's competed in 3 pageants and she's won every single one. She's actually never lost.
She's got
Yeah.
a 100% record there, that one.
That and now I think she said she's done with pageants. So like she exits with 100% win rate. Obviously, I'm not counting global because that's something else.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of you guys, you need to move. It's like in tennis, you need these greats to disappear so someone else can have a chance. Eat a banana bread.
I'm not giving up anytime soon, so.
But you're Lauren, like your one. You said it's your last one, right?
Yeah, it is, to be fair.
So how's your
Yeah.
preparation going?
Good. I had a call tonight to organise a radio interview. So that will be March
Oh, I saw that.
27th, along with another charity event that we've got planned, which is a night of mediumship. So we have someone coming to do like a group reading where some spirits will come through and speak to people. Yeah, and I think that will probably be my last event now until the finals in April. Good.
Yeah, yours is creeping up now.
That's what I was going to say. I've been so focused on UK Galaxy. I've been forgetting that yours is pretty soon after.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about it?
Good. Slight bit of pressure, but I won't crack under the pressure. I will just rise above it and enjoy my experience. I feel like I did a lot in Thailand, and it kind of took it eased me into being back in pageants, because although you're doing charity events, you're always doing those, but like it's like the photo shoots, getting my dresses, it's like, oh, it's all starting to all come together. And then also I went to the orphanage and obviously just thoroughly enjoyed that. It was amazing.
What was that like? Tell us more about that. That must have been emotional.
Yeah, it was. Well, no one else had the treatment like I did. I don't think anyone else, because I think that same day 2 more people arrived with like shampoo, conditioner, like they were just locals coming to drop things off. But I got a full tour of the place, and they're building like new things, and the older children that live there are actually learning trades with the people that are building there. So for them, it's like good that they can learn those things, and then once they turn 18, they have to then leave, and they're kind of classed as an adult. So they kind of get the old children ready for adult life. So they'll teach them skills that they can then use to go and live in maybe another province and, have a job. They grow all their own vegetables, have their own animals on site, which obviously they eat. They just rely on donations solely. Like that's what they do. And I didn't realize how much stuff they actually needed. So I went and visited their library. They have got tons of school supplies, but pencils and pens only last so long. So it was good that I was able to take those over there, and obviously some of the English books. And there was a little girl, and she was like, she said in Thai, like she could do the alphabet in English. So she did it for me, and I did it with her. And then their teacher was like, "Can you say it again? And can you let me record it?" Because there was some like pronunciations they weren't getting right. So it was like good that I was able to record it for them and help them out, and at least they've got that. And now I really, really want to get into and do my TEFL course, which means I can go and teach English out there. So I think that will probably be my sole bit of work when I do decide to move to Thailand to teach English there. But it was honestly amazing, and the kids are so lovely, and like I was like dead like nervous and sweaty and clammy because like meeting them for the first time, I was like, oh god. And then this girl just like grabbed my hand and she was like, let's go.
Oh.
Does this mean, because we were talking about accents before, if you end up, so they've got your voice on record, and let's say you go over there teaching, does that mean we're going to get a whole
They'll all
bunch of...
sound like me. They will all sound like me.
Yeah. We should have sent someone else over, like someone like an Olivia, with and then you have a whole generation of Thais with Scottish accents.
They'd all be there like wee bit. I think that would be in their vocabulary is wee.
Oh dear me. But that must have been an amazing feeling, getting out there and doing that.
It really, really was.
Yeah.
And then
now you're back
when we like brought them Thai desserts, like they all came running and was like.
And now you're back in the sunny UK.
Yeah, now I'm back in the cold weather, and I just want to go back.
There seems to be a common theme that people in the UK want to go places that have warmer weather, and I can't blame you.
They just want to be anywhere but the UK.
Yeah, although Thailand was a little bit scary for like the whole time I was there, because there was constantly shootings happening, and I was like, oh my god, am I going to get shot?
Why were there shootings? Is that just what happens?
No, I don't know. I think there's a current situation in Thailand with the tourism, because obviously they haven't got the Chinese go into the country to spend money, so everyone's kind of a bit going. Yeah, so there was a mass shooting.
Is that the one that you sent me? In the mall?
Yeah, so there was a mass shooting.
That's crazy.
Basically, what had happened is the press were releasing Facebook videos and statuses of where people were hiding, because it went on for hours and hours and hours. Like I think it was about 20 hours or something like that. So the press were constantly releasing like people hiding in refrigerators. So the shooter had someone's phone and was seeing where they were hiding and going and shooting them.
Why on earth would they release where people are hiding?
Exactly. So now the press are being sued for obviously releasing the hiding places of these people.
How stupid can you be?
Honestly, it was awful. And just seeing the videos that people were posting, because obviously like social media is a huge part of it for people to let like people know that they're safe, and like they were going live, and all the videos that were popping up and from the newspaper articles were awful. And then there was another one where it was just a guy just shooting. He didn't shoot anyone though, but he was just outside the mall, like scaring people, firing his gun. And then there was another one where it looked like an organised hit on someone, and he just walked into her place of work. 3 people like sat on one side of the room, her behind the desk, ignored everyone else, and just shot her 3 times. I was like, what is going on with this place? So it was, like tensions were pretty high in Thailand as I was there. So it wasn't, didn't feel like it was as safe as it was once before. But hopefully the country will settle down, and the tourism will be back up there once coronavirus is sorted.
Yeah, well, hopefully this whole corona... I heard somewhere in the news that Australia was trying to come up with some sort of cure for it. I don't know how successful they've been, but it seems that it's getting worse. This corona thing not getting better. It's spreading around the world. I don't really want to read the news about it, because they like using shock tactics and scaring people. That's how they sell stuff. But it also does seem to actually be spreading, which is very concerning. It's now in Italy, and I'm just hoping and praying it doesn't get to the UK, obviously, for my own selfish reasons.
Well, it's in the UK. We haven't had anyone die of it yet, but it has hit the UK.
Yeah. So
the
fingers crossed.
People were saying to me, Lauren, you should be going to get tested. I'm like, I've read the NHS website. Unless you're showing any of the symptoms, you don't need to go and get tested.
Yeah. Could you be a carrier of it though?
Yeah, I think I could be.
Because then you wouldn't have the symptoms, but
surely they would quarantine everyone coming in.
Like they wouldn't have let me straight back into the country without any like advice leaflet or something, or like immigration obviously have a duty of care, don't they, to allow tourists back into. If it was that much of a high risk, clearly the government would have put out some information leaflets. This is what you need to do. They wouldn't just say, "Hey, go back into normal life."
Yeah, you'd have thought they'd have taken more precautions if that was the case.
I've got tonsillitis, and the flight attendant was like, "You don't have a fever, do you?"
That's where people can start getting a little bit crazy, and there's people who can start thinking they have it when they don't. So you do have to be. That's why I don't want to read the news too much, but I also want to know. I want to be aware, but not paranoid, and it's a very sort of fine line.
And everyone, like the people that are dying of coronavirus, have underlying illnesses or they get pneumonia from it. So it's not actually the coronavirus that's killing them.
Yeah, but see, that's what the news likes to say, because that's how you sell newspapers, by being sensationalist and being the bringer of doom. So,
although the guy that did discover it, he was young, not pregnant, and not elderly. But did he really die of coronavirus, or was he bumped off?
Mm-hmm.
Get into politics now.
That's a very dangerous area to start treading in pageantry.
Or was the coronavirus invented by scientists to reduce the population in China?
I heard in the news that Australia has, because it was something to do with, was it the person was discovered covered in bat blood or something, like how it started? It was something. This virus is something you can only get from interacting with animals. I think it's another one of those sort of semi-strange, weird viruses, and I think they found the person like ground zero, and it was someone who had been covered in animal blood or had been working with animals. But look, anyway, let's just hope it all goes away and that no more lives are lost. Let's wrap this up. Chloe, what have you got coming up between now and UK Galaxy?
My pageant PPJ party. Training with Maria, and then I'm going to be volunteering at the British Heart Foundation, because that links with my platform, all about heart awareness, and then just relaxing and prepping myself ready for competition.
Nice. Sounds good.
Definitely get plenty of sleep, a nice facial massage. You need a spa day to prepare.
You paying, Lauren?
No.
Yeah.
You can do it all at home.
A spa day at home?
Yeah,
just lay in the tub.
Like, massage
lay in the tub and then get your cat to walk on your back. That's a massage right there. It's all good. What about you, Emma? What have you got coming up between now and UK Galaxy?
I leave Sydney on Saturday. Be in Brisbane and Gold Coast at Australia Galaxy Pageants. Then fly back. Rush to get everything ready and then drive up to Galaxy.
That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Okay. Lauren, what have you got coming up over the next week?
I'm working non-stop. You can't have this time off and not graft after it. So I think I'm working now up until the 6th, and then I go back to normal rota in work. So I'm just working non-stop.
Right.
Yeah. And nothing exciting planned.
Other than your interview?
Yeah, but that's not until the end of March.
Oh,
right.
True.
So everything that's coming up is going to be like more towards the end of the month. So we've got Galaxy to look forward to and all that good stuff. But just working now.
That'll tide you over. Do they have tequila at UK Galaxy?
We're going to say at work then.
I need it over. No, I'm joking. I think they might. They have a bar.
Yeah, some behind the bar.
I'll have to share a shot with you. You can introduce me to the wonderful world of tequila, since you're not actually competing.
We'll have a shot each. I don't share.
I was going to say.
Oh yeah, no, were you coming back? No, I'm not going to be sharing a shot with you. No, nothing personal, but just given what you said, I'd be like, I'll have my own shot. Thanks very much.
There you go.
Yeah, the tequila might actually help with that, because alcohol is a disinfectant. So maybe tequila is good for you. Yeah, that's how you're so healthy. The tequila shots.
No, I had my hand sanitizer and my mask on the whole time.
Oh, I thought you were about to say you drunk hand sanitizer. I was like, that's not a good idea. Okay.
That's a sign of alcoholism. So no.
And doing a podcast when you're drunk is not a sign of alcoholism.
Right? Who did that? Danielle, was that you?
As if.
Sorry, I can't remember.
I think that's a sign of alcoholism too. Anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
It's so funny because the very first podcast, we identified that you would be the girls identified that you would be the worst one to get drunk with. And I feel like that's been a prophecy now that's just been proven true.
After my dance moves when I've had a drink, I am not the worst person to get drunk with.
Just don't stand too close.
Why?
Because your dance moves.
I'll catch a hand in the eye, will I? Are you a violent dancer?
No. I'm just a good dancer. My moves will come out at Galaxy, okay? You'll see them then.
When we had our night out in Sydney, Emma saw some very interesting dance moves from a lovely guy who was probably gay. We don't know, but he was. How would you describe his dancing?
Provocative.
Oh, good word.
Okay.
He was dancing in front of another guy who looked very, very uncomfortable, and this guy was he
Adrian,
twerking?
can you do
He
an
was
example?
grinding.
Can you get up and do a demonstration for us, please?
Oh no, Adrian's dance moves with the cockatoo.
I should call you
This is the one I've got. This is all I'm going to be doing.
And then our Australian dance moves that we came up with.
Yes. We'll have the cockatoo and the kangaroo. I mean, I can demonstrate the cockatoo. Do you want to show them the kangaroo? Probably not here. It'll make a lot of noise.
We also need to take Adrian to an alchemist because there aren't any like fancy theatrical kind of bars or anything in Australia. We went to one, but it wasn't. The bars that sort of do the fancy drinks, and there's not liquid nitrogen here and fire going on there. That's something that I've been looking for.
The Alchemist.
In Sydney,
The Alchemist.
The traffic centre, I think.
Yeah, so that'll be a good night out. Yeah, singe all your eyebrows off.
Driver.
Can't we catch an Uber? Are there Ubers out there? We can't do Ubering.
Yeah, you can do Uber.
Okay.
Uber or just regular taxis.
Okay. It may be fun if no one needs to be the designated driver. Danielle, what have you got coming up for the next week?
Other than work and gymming, I will be following Chloe around. So a PJ party, and then on to training with Maria. And then potentially, I haven't booked it yet, but Kevin Sunderland does a zip line. And I've been wanting to do it for a very long time. And every single time it seems to fall on a date that doesn't really work for me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's happening on Sunday, I believe. So depending on the funds, I might have to buy a last minute ticket to that because I've always wanted to do it. So
it does look so much fun.
Yeah, I was looking on the website today at it, and there are I think there's still some spaces available. So that might be a last minute job. So I'm really sorry, Kevin, that I've kind of left you in the dark about that one. But I kind of been looking at the finances, and I still don't know if I can afford it or not because it's quite a spenny one. But I do.
£50?
No, it's 100.
95.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, I thought it was only like 50 when I did it, or maybe 75.
Maybe that was an early bird price. I don't know if this is a different one or. But I have wanted to do it for a while, and if there's a big group going, that'd be really fun.
Yeah.
But we shall see. That's a TBC. And then that's about it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, sounds like we're all sort of coasting along until we get to UK Galaxy. So I guess that's the big one. How far out is it now? Is it even 3 weeks now? Is it less than 3 weeks?
It's 2 weeks. 2 weeks on Friday.
Wow. Okay. That's just a whole a whole lot of different faces just happened when we said 2 weeks. You see some pain, some anxiety, some excitement, a whole range of it. All right. Okay. Well, we'll have to work out something that we're doing at UK Galaxy. Maybe we can do some sort of stream from there live, probably before Lauren has her tequila.
Oh wow!
I know, I won't be drinking it, Galaxy. I'm driving.
That face says otherwise.
This is why I think we should Uber and not drive. Mm-hmm.
Look at it,
Yeah,
we're
just-
across the road.
Just Uber, or you can walk
Oh,
through the fields.
Walking
I don't
in
know.
heels.
Bring your
Walking in
flats.
heels and tequila
bring some
shots.
welly boot. Bring some welly boots.
Wellies.
Down on wellies. It's a new thing.
Do I look like a girl that owns a pair of wellies?
I have wellies. I wear wellies on a daily basis.
I definitely don't have
Where are my
wellies.
wellies? Yeah, I've got.
I have trainers and heels and no in between because I'm either a really, really casual or a really dressed up person.
Okay. Well, we'll work it out at UK Galaxy, but I don't think you should be driving. I think you should have some fun. I want to see you having some fun
Okay.
because I'm now curious just as to exactly what happens on a night out with Lauren Parkinson. You look slightly worried. I might film it and just create a small documentary about it afterwards, assuming that I survive, which I may not.
Like a David Attenborough. So this is Lauren on her first drink. Watch how the pupils change.
We
Can you
have
just
a wild Lauren Parkinson.
how would David Attenborough narrate your dancing though? That's what I'm. Is that like a? Describe it as like a mating call, or? And then what about when he's passed out horizontal? Oh dear. Okay, I'm gonna call up David.
Mating call.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna create.
Okay, here's the deal. Lauren does a tequila dance, and you guys have to teach us the kangaroo.
Yeah, I think they
Well-
frozen them.
Oh no, we're
Oh,
back.
we're back. Yeah, Adrian can teach you the cockatoo and the kangaroo.
You can teach him to kangaroo. You make a much better kangaroo than I do,
We need the quokka as well.
especially after a
You need
Jaeger
a
bomb.
quokka. You need like
quokkas
because
are
then
really
they've got
cute.
little cute little faces. You have to go.
They do look like rats, though. You said that yesterday.
Yeah, the meerkats. I also like the meerkats. The meerkats are really cute. They're all, you know.
Yeah, the
this
quokkas are
sort of
just like
thing.
a cross between a guinea pig and a rat, I think.
Yeah.
But they're really cute.
Oh.
Anyway, okay. So let's leave it
The jet
there.
lag
Lauren's
kicked in.
about to pass out.
Keeping you up.
Oh, she's jet lagged, so we should let her go. All right, let's leave it there. Thank you, Chloe, for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you for inviting me again.
That's all right. And thank you, Emma, for your time.
Thank you for having me on.
You're going to go back to sleep now?
Maybe.
Maybe. And thank you, Lauren and Danielle. I'll be seeing you guys very soon. And Danielle, I'll send you my flight details. And then if you want to catch up early in the morning, then that'd work too. Not that I don't want to see Lauren's dentist, but I might prefer hanging out with Danielle to hanging out in a dentist waiting room.
It's only like 2 minutes in the dentist. Just file a few teeth down and we're done.
Filing your teeth down.
Yeah.
I don't want to be around when that happens. I'll just smell burning and hear horrific sounds.
These two.
Oh,
And I
dear.
actually chipped a tooth yesterday. I was running upstairs and eating at the same time, and you know when you like chew on an overbite or an underbite or something, and I chipped my back tooth, so I need to speak to Zara about that too.
Are you
Um,
actually going to Zara?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my dentist. So if anyone wants any dental work in the Manchester area or just want to travel, hit up Zara.
Zara.
I had a weird food-related accident yesterday. We'll finish on this.
Oh God.
So
Well, Emma knows. Emma knows the outcome of this.
I have a NutriBullet and I make green smoothies every day, and one of the things I put in is frozen raspberries. But there's been a problem with the frozen raspberries here because I think my supermarket raspberries.
Raspberries.
Raspberries. And if you imagine frozen ones being defrosted and then beginning to melt and then refrozen, the whole bag becomes a solid ice block. And if you want to put it in a green smoothie, you can't break the bits off. I can't put the whole bag in. So I wanted to test whether the frozen raspberries were actually separate. Don't shake your head. Or one solid block. And I don't quite know what I was thinking. As I said, I've been coming off coffee. I grab into the fridge, I grab this 500 bag of frozen raspberries, and I smack it on my head to see if it's to see if the raspberries were separate or not, and it wasn't. It was a solid block of ice. So I pick it up and go bang. And I was like, "Oh, that really hurt."
Emma, did you witness this?
Yeah,
Wait,
I
you
was
know
like,
there's a table that you can do that on.
well, or the
Or
door.
like
But he was
this.
stood there just smashing raspberries against his head.
It hurt. I think you enjoyed that.
You then just walked around being like, "Oh, my head hurts."
Is there a new
I was
virus
there
going
like-
around called like stupidity or something?
No, that's just me. I am completely
Yeah.
insane.
Are you
And don't worry,
okay?
it's not contagious. Of course I'm not
Did that
okay.
make sense into you?
No,
No.
not what little there was, it's gone. So I'm now coming in for UK Galaxy Hot after smashing my head with frozen raspberries.
Concussion.
Yeah. Anyway, actually, now that I think about it, my head still hurts. So, all right, let's leave it on that note, that highlight. I'm going to thank everyone for watching, and we'll speak to you next time.
What's up, guys? It's Adrian again. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Remember to head over to pageantlaunch.com, join our launch team for our review site. It's super important to all of us to make sure that the industry is safe, transparent, and fair. So head over to pageantlaunch.com, write in your email address, and we'll speak to you next time.